Here we go.
Welcome to my WWE TLC, I was going to say 2LC 2019 recap reactions. So that the show was pretty short, and I think it ended a little bit on the early side. We didn't have that many matches, and surprisingly that was our main event. And the way that it ended though, just the all-out brawl just happening. I don't know what's the point of that. I guess that's going to be like a preview of the Royal Rumble coming soon, so now they're going to probably try to get ready for that, because that's our next pay-per-view coming in January for 2020. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, just some things that I think is possibly going to happen with this for the Royal Rumble, and something that was already spoiled several weeks ago for some surprising returning superstar. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to run right through these matches, and every match that was on the match card is going to be listed in the description, and then what I'm going to do now is just going to talk about the winners, and then going towards the end of the video, I'm also going to talk about some of my top 3 matches that I really enjoyed from this event. This is the last event for WWE's pay-per-view, or the last pay-per-view that we'll ever see before 2019, before 2020 comes. So we got our kickoff show that was only one match. It was actually really good. Humberto Carillo taking on Andrade one-on-one. This was very good. And I really like Humberto. He's pretty good. He's a really good competitor, and he's just a breakout superstar. One of my favorites that I've seen enter the ring and come into the company. So he's making his impact. He's getting some dubs. He's getting some wins. So I'm really excited to see what he does next for the next year. Hopefully he becomes a champion, maybe a competitor. Maybe it'll be a mid-card. I don't know if that'll make him all the way to allow him to even get to being a competitor for the Universal or maybe the WWE Championship, which didn't even have a match tonight for Brock Lesnar. So why are we even surprised about that? So let's get to the main show. He ended up winning, coming out on top over Andrade for the back-to-back wins on him for Andrade, and it seems like the Andrade and Selena Vega duo is gonna come to an end. So I don't know what's next. Maybe she'll be a competitor now, and maybe he'll get a new manager, or maybe Selena Vega will join forces with Humberto Carillo and start being his manager and cheering for him as he goes on. Or maybe she'll just disappear. I don't know what's gonna really happen. Maybe she's pretty good. She seems to have some wrestling ability. So I don't know. Maybe she'll start competing. But let's get to our main show. So he ended up winning. Humberto Carillo coming on top of back-to-back wins. Just like I said, so the main show, a perfect start to TLC and one of the best matches already in my top 3 matches. I think that stole the show. The New Day defending their Smackdown Tag Team titles against the Revival in a ladder match. This was really epic. And I thought Xavier Woods would make a surprise return, or maybe a surprise appearance in the match to help out Big E and Kofi Kingston in his match. But this was a lot of stops. It was a lot of stunts, just brutal landings on the ladder. I wonder if anyone got really hurt for real from just the ladder and the impacts off the ladder, especially Big E with his knee. And we got to see Kofi Kingston do some like a cool little stunt from just off the ropes in the ring. So that was pretty cool. But the New Day ended up retaining their tag team titles. This was very well done and a perfect start to this show. And definitely recommend watching this match. And honestly, before I even get to these other matches, I recommend every match that was on this match card. Yeah, it's one in particular that it started to become just, I didn't think it was going to be all that good, but it actually turned out getting even better and just even more surprising as you go. This was a really good pay-per-view. I thought it should have been a little bit more matches on the match card though. So the New Day ended up still our SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So that's pretty cool. And now this next match was another top 3 match that I really enjoyed. That I think personally stole the show. Buddy Murphy taking on Aleister Black. I didn't think this was probably going to be all that good. I thought they were going to eliminate Buddy Murphy and have him lose very quickly. Like Aleister Black has always been dominating his matches lately, week after week after week, and he hasn't really gotten that many great opponents to take on, and I thought they were going to really just squash Buddy Murphy in this match. He really put up a good fight, and I think they should do this again. I would like to see a Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black Part 2, and maybe have Buddy Murphy win somehow. But I don't think Aleister Black is going to ever lose anytime soon. He should be competing for these titles, I think. Instead of having to sit in the back and have people knock on his door to pick a fight with him, he should be competing for some of these titles as great as he is, like Ricochet. They had Ricochet losing matches, and they had him win a few and become United States champion. Aleister Black should be competing for that title. Maybe he should be a contender for that, and maybe since he's undefeated. But I don't know who's going to be that one superstar to beat him in a match. I'm curious to see that. But I think Buddy Murphy has a huge chance, and he really took him to the limit. He was bleeding. It was really a good match. I think this is one of the best, if not the best match, if not my favorite match that I really enjoyed watching of the entire TLC pay-per-view. You gotta check this match out. The next match, before I get to that, Aleister Black, winning, obviously. But the next match was the Viking Raiders Open Challenge, doing the Open Challenge for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And their opponents for tonight was the OC, the original, the only club that matters. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson in this match for the Tag Team Championship. But what I gotta just say, it just ended in a no contest. Ivory just goes out to dive outside to the ring. The rest of the competitors were outside, so they was just waiting for him to probably just come out and just dive right through the ropes to land on top of him outside the ring. And then as soon as he landed, it ended in a count out. But when last I checked, from the rules from watching the show for years now, when somebody exits, comes out of the ring with all the other opponents, or whoever's the legal man outside during the tag team match, comes out and exits the ring, the count is supposed to be reset. Why wasn't the count reset at all? It just ended in a no contest, a double count out, no winner at all. So the Viking Raiders, or the War Raiders, since they still just changed their name, but they're still the War Raiders to me. With the war chants. But no, they're still the champions, even after this. That was just the end result. I didn't really like that. It's just jumping out of the ring, and then the count doesn't restart. The count doesn't reset at all. And he got to 10. It was just I just didn't like this. Crazy. Just a bad ending for a match like this, especially for an open challenge, no definitive winner. But I see the OC coming back to compete and challenge the War Raiders again sometime soon, in the near future, for maybe next year for the tag team championships, and maybe other tag teams will get involved. But they just been so dominant, and it's just like I said with Aleister Black a few moments ago. They just been just as dominant as him. Who's gonna be that guy now for them? Who's gonna be that team to snatch and take away these titles from the War Raiders? I wonder what's gonna be the tag team, because I haven't really seen much of a tag team really just step up and just really give them a challenge. I thought it might be the Street Fight Profits, since they're still new, but I still don't know what they're gonna possibly do with these titles. They're probably gonna have them for a while, just like they're probably gonna be up there like the New Day, holding the titles for a very long time. So that was our Raw Tag Team Championship match in a no contest, or a double count out, whatever you want to say. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a TLC match, a regular TLC match. Now, I thought Roman Reigns was probably going to get his redemption, just knowing the typical storyline with the company, or with the writers. They always have like the good guy or the face of the company get beat down week after week after week, and he got humiliated from this past Friday night. I almost said Tuesday night Smackdown. It's a Friday night show now. Friday night Smackdown, having him humiliated by King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, having him handcuffed to the ring and all that. I thought this would be his night for redemption, but now he ended up losing because Dolph Ziggler came out there, King Corbin's security that carries him to the ring got involved. Dolph Ziggler came out of nowhere and kicked his head off. And I thought Bobby Roode would probably make an appearance, but I guess maybe we'll see him tomorrow for Monday nights. But King Corbin ended up winning because of their help, with their help. And Roman Reigns was already going to have the advantage, so he was getting ready to try to spear him outside through the barricade, but Dolph Ziggler came to his rescue. So King Corbin ended up winning this match. So, oh hell, King Corbin. But I'm cool with that. Just having the same people win over and over. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do next with this storyline. And I have a few questions, but I'll talk about that in a little while for this. So our next match, this is my other top 3 match. This is my last little top 3 match for the whole entire show. Bray Wyatt just showing up as himself. He's not the Fiend in this match, in this show tonight. It's not even a title match as well. There's no title match. Bray Wyatt taking on The Miz, and Miz looking for redemption after what he did from the past few weeks and getting into his head, invading his home, and all that, and that creepy little doll. I love this gimmick. I think this is the best gimmick of the entire year. The best gimmick we had in a long time. From all these bad, just predictable storylines, predictable matches where you already know what's going to happen. You don't even have to watch the matches because you already know who's going to win just from just looking at the opponents. But Bray Wyatt's The Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse is the best thing that ever happened to WWE in a long time. Since the Attitude Era. Quote me on that. I don't know if anyone else will disagree out there. The Firefly Funhouse is the best thing that they got right now. That's the best gimmick that they got. Because it's so unpredictable. I thought it was silly at first. I thought they killed his character for Bray Wyatt. I thought they ruined Bray Wyatt. I thought they just completely destroyed him. Take him off the show. Don't even have him put him in matches anymore. He's just a joke now. So now I'm just glad that they really made this gimmick work. Bray Wyatt is just the best thing. It's just one of my favorite gimmicks in the entire show. So Bray Wyatt ended up winning. He didn't even have offense in this match. He didn't even really try to really fight Miz back, but then I guess Miz provoked him and made him just try to fight back, so he ended up winning. But the cool thing I have to say is Daniel Bryan made his return. He got a brand new haircut. He looks like his old self when he first was coming into the WWE as a newcomer. So Daniel Bryan's back. He ended up taking down Bray Wyatt with a couple running knee strikes, and right when he's gonna hit him with that mallet, he just disappears with the magic. But you got to see this. You definitely got to see how this is. It's one of the weirdest matches. It's a different match. It wasn't really action packed because Miz had all the offense. But once Bray Wyatt got to the offensive and started inflicting some offense on the Miz, it was already over from there. But this is definitely in my top 3 for sure. That was my top 3 match. So we're gonna get to the rest of these matches. Rusev versus Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley already won. Just won. I already knew he was once Lana's out there causing the distraction and all that. I really wanted Rusev to win. But now, I think this is the end of the storyline. Rusev and Bobby Lashley. So, this was a tables match. So, Bobby Lashley ended up trying to suplex him through the first table in the top left corner of the ring. That one didn't break, so he ended up suplexing him in the other one. Just across from that to break the table for Rusev. But he only won because of Lana's distraction, just jumping on his back and just raking his eyes and all that kind of stuff. So that just really allowed Bobby Lashley to capitalize and win this match, this tables match. So I don't want to see this no more. I'm just ready for something different. What are they going to do now? Are they going to continue the storyline? What's Rusev's next move? He should be a competitor now. Start contending for these titles. Bobby Lashley as well. It's like a silly thing now. I'm just ready for something else. Now, our main event was the Kabuki Warriors defending their tag team Smackdown women's tag team titles, or the women's tag teams, because it's on both shows. The women's tag team titles against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. The enemies, their rivalry. They were always rivals from here on out. So this was the women's tag team championship match. This was a ladder match, it seemed to grab the titles from the top, even though it was a TLC match. But they had the titles at the top of the ring, held high above. So I just gotta be honest. I thought the Kabuki Warriors. I was so scared that the Kabuki Warriors were gonna lose their titles because of Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair being a duo. But I'm glad the Kabuki Warriors won. I was rooting for them. I don't want to see them having Becky 2 belts all over again. As dominant as she is, same thing. Aleister Black and the War Raiders. She's just been as dominant. They just don't want her to lose. They don't have her lose anything. at all. As great as she is, I like Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. But I'm just tired of seeing the same thing. Why are they getting all the spotlight? Why are they getting all the love and the championship opportunities? What's next now since they lost? Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair again? Those were really great matches, but now I'm just ready for something else. So, and I gotta just throw this out there, since this was our main event, it was really good. It was very well done. The Kabuki Warriors winning and coming out on top to retain their titles, and they deserve it. Asuka should be a singles competitor way before this even existed, but this is definitely working. The Kabuki Warriors going on a tear. So I wonder who's next going to be. What's the next move to step up? Because now that Becky Lynch and Charlotte tried again, they tried their hand again, so now they lost. So they lost fair and square in the TLC match. Now, are they going to go against each other? Is Charlotte going to want another title match before the year goes out? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Where it just leaves that question. But I gotta just since this is the end of the this was the end of the show. This was the main event. Now I just have this prediction thinking about, where is Ronda Rousey at? Why is she still on WWE Total Divas? Why is she on that show? Why is she hasn't been on the show in a while, hasn't competed, even tried to come back for her titles or anything like that? So I have this little prediction that, the Royal Rumble's coming up in January 26th for next year. So maybe Ronda Rousey will magically return for the women during the Women's Royal Rumble match. I'm thinking she'll come back during the Women's Royal Rumble match, and she'll probably end up winning the Rumble, and then she's going to come back and get her title back, and then she's going to probably win it at WrestleMania. I think that's so that she can get that easy title match right away, just hand it to her right away, and she could just stomp over all the other deserving women who've been on the show and compete, and all the underrated superstars that don't even really get the love and the spotlight. You see what I'm saying? So I had that as a prediction. I think Ronda's probably going to come back. Maybe she'll come back before the year goes out. Maybe she'll come back tomorrow by some chance to challenge Becky. But it's not like her to just go away and disappear. I just thought she left the company completely, and just come to find out she's part of the Total Diva show. So it's just like, where is she at? Why is she not competing? I'm guessing she's probably going to be back in the Rumble. Just a guess. Or maybe by some surprise tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen when it comes to these titles. So I don't know if she's going to get another opponent. I can't even think of anyone else taking the belt away from Becky Lynch. Or maybe giving her some kind of competition. Last competition was Sasha Banks. And that wasn't even... that didn't even end. It didn't even end in a result. Like a definitive winner. I don't think it was. And then she just went on to Smackdown with Bayley. So I don't know what's going on with this the title now. I'm ready for new competitors. I'm ready for other people to get their spotlight, and I'm just hoping that they get more people to compete for these championships instead of the same people like Charlotte Flair, who already had the title so many times. You just know it gets boring, and you just know that what's gonna happen. It's so predictable now. Oh, it's going to probably be her, and you know she's going to win. Charlotte won last year. So it's time I think she did. Or was it Becky Lynch? Becky Lynch already won. I forgot who won the Rumble from last year. So I think somebody else, Ronda Rousey, or maybe someone by surprise might come back and win. But I just wanted to really talk about that. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with some of these titles and some of these superstars. These undefeated superstars, will it be someone that steps up to take them down? To be a good challenge, to dethrone them, I'll say, when it comes to championships or undefeated streak. It doesn't last forever. Undertaker's streak is over. So I'm sure Aleister Black's streaks days are numbered. The War Raiders days are numbered. Becky Lynch champion days are going to be numbered, unless someone cheats to win. But I can't really think of anything else. That's our show. But I'm curious to see if you guys actually watch the show. If you guys don't like the pay-per-view, but my top 3 matches, the New Day ladder match, Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy, and I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt and The Miz. Those are my top 3. Those are my top three matches. I would say everything else was definitely solid. I really enjoyed this pay-per-view, but I wanted to see a little bit more matches. But I don't know if anyone else would agree. But those are my top 3 matches. I really enjoyed it. A pretty good pay-per-view. But about that ending for the show, for the All Out Brawl, what's that going to lead to? Is it going to happen again tomorrow? Is it going to happen again on Friday Night Smackdown? I guess that's our preview just for the Rumble.